Single-player games are still the best thing in gaming. No matchmaking, no servers, no other players ruining your experience. Just you and a world built entirely around making you feel something. I'm Particle, and in this video, I'm going through 10 single-player games that everyone needs to play at least once. These aren't just good games, these are the ones that stick with you long after the credits roll. Let's get into it. Starting with one of the most complete RPGs ever made, The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. You play as Geralt, a monster hunter, and what looks like a straightforward setup, take jobs, track creatures, get paid, gets complicated fast. Choices rarely have clean answers, and most situations don't end well, no matter what you decide. What really sets it apart are the side quests. Even small jobs turn into full stories with real consequences. You're not checking boxes. You're getting pulled into situations that stay with you. Every area feels distinct. The writing is sharp, and once it grabs you, hours disappear without you noticing.
God of War 2018 is one of the best examples of a franchise reinventing itself without losing what made it work. Kratos is older now, more controlled, trying to leave his past behind while raising his son Atreus. That relationship drives everything, and it gives the game a weight the older titles never had. Combat is slower and more deliberate. The Leviathan Axe is one of the best weapons in gaming. You throw it, recall it, chain attacks together, and every hit feels heavy and satisfying. The world connects smartly, so exploration always feels worth it. It's a game that works on every level: action, story, and heart.
Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't rush anything, and that's exactly the point. You play as Arthur Morgan, a gang member watching everything around him slowly fall apart. The story gives you space to breathe, to ride across the land and just take the world in. And that world is the real achievement here. Towns feel genuinely alive. NPCs have routines, and random moments on the road pull you into situations you never planned for. Even traveling between objectives feels like part of the experience. It's slower than most open world games, and not everyone clicks with that pace. But if it gets you, it's one of the most immersive games ever made.
Elden Ring takes everything From Software built with the Souls series and opens it up into a massive world, without losing what makes those games tense. The lands between feels genuinely wide open from the start. You can head almost anywhere, and most of what you spot in the distance, you can actually reach. Getting there is the challenge. Combat is heavy and deliberate. Every swing matters, every dodge counts, and mistakes hit hard. But unlike earlier Souls games, if you hit a wall, you can walk away, explore somewhere else, level up, and come back. It keeps pulling you forward with hidden caves, unexpected bosses, and secrets that were never marked on the map.
Rise of the Tomb Raider takes everything the 2013 reboot built and pushes it further in every direction. You're following Lara Croft into Siberia, chasing a secret her father died trying to uncover. And from the first hour, the game makes it clear this is a much more ambitious story. What stands out immediately is how the world is designed. Hidden tombs, optional challenges, and areas that reward you for just slowing down and exploring. It never feels like padding. Every corner has something worth finding. Combat is tense and flexible. You can go loud or stay completely silent, using the environment to your advantage. But it's Lara herself that carries it. Watching her go from surviving to thriving, becoming the Tomb Raider, is one of the most satisfying character arcs in action gaming. It's the kind of game that reminds you why single-player experiences exist.
Assassin's Creed 4: Black Flag is one of those games that could have been just another entry in the franchise, and instead ended up being one of the most fun open-world games ever made. You play as Edward Kenway, a pirate who stumbles into the Assassin Brotherhood more out of opportunity than conviction, and that selfish, charming energy changes the tone of the whole game in the best way. The real star here is the ocean. Sailing the Jackdaw across the Caribbean feels genuinely great.
Hunting ships, getting into massive naval battles, listening to your crew sing while the wind carries you forward. That loop never gets old. On land, it still plays like a classic Assassin's Creed. Stealth, climbing, story missions, but the sea is where Black Flag truly lives. Upgrading your ship, taking on increasingly dangerous targets, and chasing legendary vessels gives you a constant sense of momentum and progress. And Edward's story hits harder than you might expect. Watching him grow from a man chasing gold into someone who actually understands what he's fighting for makes the ending feel earned. Even now, this is still one of the best pirate games ever made, and it's not particularly close. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon, is what happens when someone takes the soul of classic Bethesda RPGs and drops it into a dark, brutal reimagination of Arthurian legend. You wake up as an escaped prisoner in a world that's already falling apart. Torture, plague, zealots committing atrocities in the name of a long-dead king. And somewhere in the back of your mind, the ghost of King Arthur himself has hitched a ride. The setup alone demands your attention. It's a first-person open-world RPG that wears its Skyrim and Morrowind influences proudly, but the atmosphere is closer to Elden Ring. Desolate, heavy, and genuinely unsettling, especially at night when the weirdness comes out. Combat is flexible and rewards experimentation, mixing weapons and spells and combinations that actually change how fights feel. Every NPC has something real to contribute. Side quests add layers to the larger story, and the world feels consistent in its bleakness. It's not a perfect game. There are rough edges, but for fans of deep, immersive RPGs, this one hits in a way very few games do. Over 50 hours of dark fantasy that pulls you in and doesn't let go.
Ghost of Tsushima is set during the Mongol invasion of Japan, and it earns your attention almost immediately. Not just because it's beautiful, but because there's genuine substance underneath the visuals. Golden forests, foggy coastlines, wind guiding you across the land. It's easy to stop mid-ride just because the view demands it. Combat is clean and precise, built around tense standoffs where timing and patience matter more than aggression. The stance system keeps things strategic. Different enemies force you to switch approaches mid-fight, and the world never feels empty. Hidden shrines, random duels, villages under attack. You say you'll stick to the main story, and then suddenly 3 hours are gone.
Arkham City is still the best superhero game ever made, and it holds up remarkably well. A section of Gotham has been turned into a massive open prison, and you're loose inside it. The combat is the reason people still talk about this game. Once it clicks, it flows. Countering, using gadgets, bouncing between enemies in a way that genuinely makes you feel like Batman. It's simple to learn, but deeply satisfying to get good at. What keeps it strong is how well everything fits together. The map is big but never bloated. Side missions actually matter, and the main story keeps moving. Even now, it's easy to drop in and lose a few hours without thinking about it.
A Plague Tale is a game about survival, not power. You play as Amicia, protecting her younger brother Hugo through a plague-ridden medieval France, and the game never lets you forget how fragile that situation is. Most of the time, you're sneaking, solving small puzzles, and figuring out how to move through spaces without getting overwhelmed. The rats aren't just atmosphere. They actively shape how you think and move the entire game. What holds it all together is the bond between the two characters. You feel how much they rely on each other, and that makes every tense moment hit harder. It's not long, it doesn't drag, and it knows exactly when to slow down and when to push forward.
10 games, 10 completely different experiences, but all of them are worth your time. If any of these are already on your list, drop it in the comments. Like and subscribe if you want more lists like this one. And don't forget, I'm Particle.